There are so many TV shows that have ended that I would pay thousands and thousands of dollars to see a movie made out of.
A long time ago, we used to be friends, but I haven't thought of you lately at all.
Veronica Mars was directed by Rob Thomas. It stars Kristen Bell, Jason Dohring, and Kristin Ritter, and it tells the story of this retired child detective, Veronica Mars, who has since moved on from solving all these mysteries as a teenager, and is kind of just living her own life when suddenly a mystery arises in her old hometown involving a lot of her old friends, and she feels the need to go back and solve it. Now, as you may or may not know, Veronica Mars was a TV show that ran for, I think, 3 seasons back in 2004. I've never watched it, so I don't know much about it, but it had a pretty cult following, and so Rob Thomas and Kristen Bell decided to make a Kickstarter for it, and they pretty much said, if you want to see this movie happen, help us get a little money. They made a lot of money and they were able to make this movie, which is really cool. I think that's a really nice idea, which a lot of people are saying could apply to a lot of other TV shows that may or may not be struggling to be financed. But let's not talk about that right now. Talk about the movie. So, like I said, I've never watched a TV show, but that's not necessarily a problem because the show did do a good job of bringing you into the world, though I feel like I would have benefited a lot more if I had seen the show, because there were a few things that I was just like, I either didn't know what was going on or probably didn't appreciate the full magnitude of what was going on, or like who certain characters were or what events or like references or something like that. So I did feel like I was missing out on a lot because I hadn't seen this show, but I guess that's my fault. Kristen Bell was awesome. She's always really awesome. She has this very, very unique personality when she's like very sassy, but also like very down to earth. It's really hard to describe, but I really like Kristen Bell in general, especially in this movie. She did a very, very good job. And then most of the other like principal actors, such as Jason Dohring, I've never really seen him. He was pretty good though. They were all pretty alright, but there were a lot of cameos or people that I did recognize from other things that were really cool. Like most of the cast of Party Down was in this movie. Apparently they were all from the original as well. And there's one cameo that I don't want to spoil that is hilarious, and it did lead to one of my, probably the funniest end credit scenes that I've seen in a while. But really the problem here is the TV show, is that it kind of just feels like another episode. It's probably more high stakes, but it was just kind of like a regular detective mystery. It was an extended mystery for me, and it kind of just felt like anything that I could get on any TV channel. Like, it wasn't necessarily awesome. Like, I don't know what the TV show is like, but if it was like this, then I probably wouldn't have been that interested, because it's one thing to watch a movie, but to watch a full TV show about this, unless it was significantly better, I probably wouldn't have. Like, the writing is pretty good. There are some pretty funny lines. I remember just like laughing. I've laughed out loud, I think, twice, which I don't know if it was going for more of a comedy vibe or I just wasn't really my sense of humor, but like, I just didn't laugh all that much. But there were a few times that some very good dialogue was written. I'm going to say that. The dialogue was nice. But it was a little just too cliche, a little too average for me. There was nothing really that made me say, wow, this is unique, or wow, this is really good. It was kind of like, okay, this is another detective mystery. This is pretty much like another episode of like NCIS or something. It was just like nothing awesome. Like I said, I'm probably missing out a lot because I didn't see the show, but coming from someone's perspective, and I'm just looking at the movie, not the show, it just wasn't all that great. I'm going to give Veronica Mars a B-. So yeah, maybe I'll check out the show in a little bit, but I probably won't. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.